Okay, dear friends, dear volunteers from all countries, how is everything? Getting ready? Practicing our songs and practicing beautiful choreographies with your family or with your students. Oh, gonna be really good. Planning a great summer camp because that's really much better than kids stay at home doing nothing, right? So let's have them the whole day at school, 7 o'clock in the morning until 10 to 6, the whole day, because that's really the most sustainable. For summer camp, they can start at 8, for before 8 they have to be there, so parents can be at their own work at 8 sharp, right? Okay? And for those that need to drop them off a little earlier, let's open at 7 so parents can drop them off and still be at work at 8 o'clock sharp, all right? Parents and grandparents can organize themselves because some parents gonna start working at 7 with grandparents as well. We have to remember that. And some others can start at 8, okay? Because people that want more points, they have to start at 7. Let's get organized, right? And the elders can nap after lunch for 1 or 2 hours according to their reality, how much they need. But keep in mind that they, just to relax their body, but so they can sleep well at night. So get a notebook for your family, start taking all the notes, look for our videos, how to fill up this family records book, and open your YouTube channel under your name, your family name, so you can start making these videos. And then when you have time, you place them all at proper playlist, the same as we're doing here. All right, let's get ready. Here it is. Some overview for our last 10 videos, 10 updates done now in May 2023. Okay, let's get ready. Make your notes, help your schools to type, and let's be ready. We'll see you soon. Now we have some words for people that are interested to be one of the 10 department directors. Have your documentation ready, have everything neat, organized, your house, everything really neat. So you can, as soon as an opportunity comes for a business, for your own residential communities, whichever you want to apply, at your own county you are at this moment, or at the beach, or at the desert hotels, the new hotels we are going to build, but also the existing ones right now. We have many that are right there close to the deserts, right? So let's use those that we already have. They will be called supporting hotels, because the real actual one's going to be made in bamboo and wood, materials that is easy for us to demolish in 20 years. All right? Okay, so just get your documentation and learn about the organization, learn English the best you can, and start practicing everything we have been saying, and write your points. Everyone ate salads today, yes. Everyone ate salad, lunch and dinner, yes. So start getting your points. All right? Okay, get ready. We see you soon. Here it is, some more updates for all of us. The other things for you, married couple with 2 children, right? And 2 elders at home. Remember, if you want to apply to be one of the 10 department directors, you go to the information posted for teachers, okay? Everything as that there, with rare exceptions, are for all department directors from all countries. What the few exceptions might be? Those for youngest children, for example, because for the conference, the youngest child will be 4 years old, because we're also gonna have our kindergarten, our Waldorf kindergarten, right? and all the grades up to 14th grade. But let's say you already have your 2 children. Maybe one is a baby, the other 2 years old. Okay, so you already know you have to go to the beach. So, but organize your paperwork. As soon as you are there at the beach, you see an opportunity at work or at the residential community you're gonna live, or the school, or a business that is open up, you already have that documentation to apply, right? And if you are not sure, you can apply because it's 20. We need 20 couples anyways for everywhere, right? For them after that to get the best 10. So it's okay. The first time is not exactly what you want. It's all right. You can apply, right? Because you're going to see and practice with the days what you're doing, how you're doing, how others from that same area are, right? Okay, and then when you apply for the one that you really want, for sure you're going to win, right? You will be even more organized. You're going to be more knowledgeable about the organization, more knowledgeable about your English, right? Okay, everyone, let's get organized and let's get going. Just have everything at your records book, at your YouTube account, and all the documents on that binder. Remember, one binder for everything related to family, and one binder if you had in your case, right? If you're a business owner, previous business owners, you need to keep a separate binder and a separate records book for the business. Okay, get organized and get going. All right. And everyone with children, up to 7 years old need to move to the beach or a desert supporting city, okay? Because for 2 years they can wait at those cities, to get adjusted with the weather and everything, right? Because we cannot accept children this age for this first 2 years. Afterwards, that will be fine. Okay, so, and it's a gift to have your participation. So if you want to invest your money, make a donation for us, will be really appreciated. How much you can donate, for what reason, just send us an email, take a picture of that receipt. You can send using Western Union or Walmart to Walmart, and just let us know, because we also need the land and those properties, right, for our school and for our thrift store, restaurant, nature events, for our piloting program, and a lot of land to plant food because we're going to have a conference and going to be many people. All right? Okay, we really appreciate. So make a donation today. Very easy. Just go online, or to supermarkets, and that's it. Let's get going. And soon as possible, we will also have PayPal and other ways of money transfer. All right, thank you so much. Have a wonderful and blessed day. So let's go over very quick some updates. Okay, so dear citizens of our planet Earth. All right, let's go over very quick. So I already explained this, made videos for this. Get a piece of paper and print your county, your country. You know exactly where is the surrounding of the continents. So we already did a lot of jail and juvenile updates, and also for government leaders, what they have to close, how they're gonna close. So all this, please read and do the proper updates, because I have no time to go recording now, okay? And for people to receive a new citizenship for all countries, even that they already are, citizen of a country or another, they need to know English. They need to be married with 2 children, 2 elders living with them. That is mandatory at all countries, even those that, people already live there. They were born there, because we need to do this for people to start, and if they have their YouTube account and everything that we already talked about, because all these things are very basic for us to have a better humanity, right? Here we have some more updates, okay? All right, already post many videos about the Sahara Desert, you know, the area. We need billions and billions of trees every single year. So, you know, let's start going. Get natives, get food and plant and keep taking care of the soil, you know, according to your reality, and learn and do the sprouts inside if it's too hot outside, and mix with mulch, mix with leaves. Let's get going. For moving, we already said, always check your 100 points for moving, because all these things are very important, very needed, okay? All right, we already talked about, you know, how to help people from jail, males to get married as well, and you know, those that are the most picky, and the other ones I already said, yeah, because, you know, we need somebody, right? So, because some people, they're not kind, they're not fair, they're not sustainable, they're not positive. So, the ones that need to get better can marry them, go, right? Okay, so here we have more updates. If you have HOA, right, board members, you know, or if you have an office, always talk to the owners ahead of time. Always talk to the owners, okay? Because that's the most positive and sustainable way. Talk to the owners, have written paperwork, all right? Have written paperwork for us to be really organized before you start planting, moving things around, cleaning up, right? Okay? So will be very good. Mostly is to be planting and start the process of having 4 department director couples to turn into 10 department directors. So that's the most basic. So if you stay for less than 6 months for sure, and then only the 4 couples can already clean up, organize, and the owner will already sign a contract with the demolition company of their own county or state. If it's 6 months or more, you need 10 department directors. Okay? So we already talked about so many things. Here the videos we already posted. And this is for school as well, you know, with all the explanations. Summer camp, yes, we're going to have summer camp the entire June and the entire July, because that is very important for the kids to learn and have fun instead of being home doing nothing or watching TV, right? Okay, so all this is very important. Yes, let's have our summer camp. And the parents, they can work, they can study, they can make groups, study about the organization, they can study about our rules and guidelines, right, of our international organization, and also English. Teach or improve their own, okay? All right, here it is. We already talked and already recorded. That was May 10th. Right, so here it is, all the details. So please check if I forgot any of those. If I forgot to download any of these, please go ahead and do it, okay? Because those things are very important. Let's see what else, anything else? This, I talk a lot about that, remember, right? All this. Only May, all these videos, you know, with those updates. We're doing a big update now in May. So you get the first videos we downloaded. There are 10 different videos. And you add with those from May that are the most recent information about each department, okay? So, and if you are applying to be one of the department directors, go ahead and learn the basics about, oh, I already glued those here. You see, I already glued how to close hospitals and clinics, nursing homes. So here, city parks, how to clean up and close down. Basically, it's always the same. You have 2 days planning, 2 days clean up, and 2 more days for paperwork related to taxes, if you pay or received, and employees, how much you paid, you know. So, and the last 2 more days is to do anything according to reality. So, shall we repeat? So, you have here 2 days for planning, 2 days for the cleanup itself, you know, take away everything, all the furniture and computers and everything, donate them to the school if they are useful. Markers, pen, pencils, erasers, printers, if they are good, you bring them to the school, okay? Or a nearby residential community. And then, if they don't need, they can also donate. So, and here, everything just for paperwork related to taxes and pay stubs, you know, taxes and pay stubs. So if you're public or private, right, how much you paid, how much you received, how much was left, all this. And then 2 more days, oh, this is 2 more days for everything else according to your reality. So let's say you're already cleaning up entirely, or let's say you're gonna be open for hunting, you know, because for us already to take care of the mammals of all regions, you know, according to reality, what you need next, okay? You know, signs, you need to tell the citizens of that area, or you need also a big sign and post it there. You also have to take out all the information for your website and just leave a note. We agree the Peace and Love organization. We already did our office cleanup. We are not receiving visitors at this time, you know. And then if that's your case, we will demolish our offices on, you know, and you write it down there, the month, the year. This location is already open for hunting, free hunting, you know, something like that, according to your reality, right? Remember, until the organization launching day, what is valid for everything you do, it's according to your own law of your own country. At the organization launching then after, then we already will start. So for this transition time, days and months, right? Of course, do the best you can, but according to what is the law of your country at this time. So we already talked about the kitchen floors, the cafeteria, sky risers, how we're gonna do it, which family is gonna attend them, right? Okay, so here it's how to close down public and private clinics, parks, stores of all types, and food source, right? So here it is. Which ones you close, they're in red, and the ones you can stay open by the 200 kilometers. Clinic for pregnant, dental clinic. You see, so you just go state parks, national parks, they can be open by the beach. Everyone else will already close down, okay? And fun site outdoors by the 200 kilometers from the beach is okay. And here we have stores of all types. So construction, nursery, new clothes, restaurant, thrift stores, technology, computer, electronics, electric items, all closed down, okay? They can already give, donate, sell, and close down entirely. Any leftover go to landfills. Of course, mandatory for them to bring laptops, not computer, but good approved items to local schools, such as laptops, blenders, food processor that cuts quickly, right? Those things. So, of course, okay? Appliances can only be open at the 200 kilometers from the beach. Bed mattress, all these places I already talked about. Homestead, only 200 people need to move, okay? And as soon as they get there, if they're close to a building, they don't live in houses anymore. The families need to move to a skyriser, right? As soon as they get organized, 2 married adults, 2 kids, unless they're young and they can, have still have time to get a baby, then it's okay, 1 or 2 babies, all right? All of this already talked about, and in a few words, everything that's really good and positive goes with the families, right? If they are getting, for example, business owners, they can get all their good items and open a store by the beach, of course, right? By the 200 kilometers from the beach. If that's what they want, that's okay, right? We are not recycling cars at the center of the continents. All cars, because it's gonna take much longer. They do what they can and already keep sending them to the beach. By this 200 kilometers, going to be a lot of people there that need job, okay? So they can take the basic apart, right? And then they already send those cars, those vehicles, trucks that don't use. And what to stay? Going to stay only the hotel, right? Food gardens, the city office, the very basic, right? Okay? So museums, all of them already need to transfer their good things to any museum by the 200 kilometers from the beach line. Okay? And then, only after, we're gonna have details, what they can keep, what they have to share. So just send everything, okay, to existing museums by the beach. All right, everything else is exactly the same. You just will get organized and we'll start demolishing in the most appropriate way, right? So even to take the roads out, take this electric wires, internet cables, everything, you're gonna start demolish. So the company in charge first gonna take the buildings out, houses or stores, right? That's the first thing, right? And then what's next? The wires, all the wires, and for last, the roads of these communities. All communities with housing. That's the first thing we have to move out, all right? Very good. Here's Goiânia Ferreira from Florida, and here is some updates for our plan, our objective, to have a better, more positive and sustainable humanity, and also a more positive and sustainable planet. Here we are. And our organization launching day will be on August 24, 2023. That for us will be the year 1. Let's get ready. And we see you soon. Alright, so when you're doing your mobile this first time now, you're gonna do in paper, as I said, let the children color with, colored pencils, and then you're gonna get a marker and make the trims of the butterfly or whichever you have. And you can also do such as mobiles like that. If you tied up the top very strong, the string comes tied up very strong, not too far, you can do that as well. But you need here in the center, that same big butterfly. It's 10 by 20. Even that you have a few things, natural things, that you will find, you will have at your county, right? Such as very large leaves, for example. That is fine, you know, some are more reddish, some are more yellow. You can get those. But you still need, so for example, a group like 2 and then a big one. You know, 1 or 2 would be 2 or 4 sides like this, right? Here, okay, all together here, connected here many times. You roll, and then another big picture. The picture gonna be about the same one side and another, right? Because some markers gonna will move around. Don't need to be exactly perfect, but let the children color. Adults will help, and then you put permanent mark on the top and get going. All right. If you're ready by the 200 kilometers by the beach, you can put shells if you go to the beach, or seaweeds like this, but not ones that are gonna be dripping sand. Wash them before they dry out. You wash them well, you see, and you get them organized. Basically it's that, you know. Some shells gonna have a hole and you can pass the string right on them, but not too small, because our main object is to have a little bigger items that is visible. Okay? All right, so let's get going. Get those points. When was the first day you got 2 mobiles at all apartment site rooms, right? Rooms. And then you're gonna put, and you're gonna get your points from that moment on. All right, let's get ready, and we see you soon. So here it is. Here we are. Goiânia Ferreira from Florida. It is. Oh, sorry. I just improved a little bit, right? I hope you can see me, because, you know, I can't flip around. All right, here we are. Stuart, Florida. See you soon. Hi everyone, how you doing? Dear citizens of this planet Earth, I hope you're doing really great. Here's Goiânia Ferreira from Florida, and we are getting ready for our international conference. Yes, our teacher conference coming up now in August, that we will start on August 24th, and also will be our organization launching day. Be ready, please type everything, you know, and help children, teens to get everything typed at your school. And also, let's get ready for us to be up to date with our own practice. Okay, here's Goiânia Ferreira. We see you soon. Okay, so look at that when the sun comes in the afternoon. That is how, you know, because it comes just a little bit, about 2 hours or so, so it's just perfect for them to start having all these roots. Just 1 week. Look how beautiful, my friends. Let's get going. Look, even the basil. Look at that. All of them. Really beautiful, beautiful. That is, we just planted that today. I recorded another video. This is little things for our mobile. And here it is, you know, little leaf from the tababuia we got today. Yes, so hurry up and let's get ready. We'll see you soon. Okay, I have a very quick few words to say. So botanical gardens, you know, every garden of all types can already give their things to people. Cactus, everyone knows, right? Cut small pieces, let it dry, burn. Okay, because we have to burn everything with thorns. Burn in proper containers or brick, you know, campfire bricks. Lay them out, you know, a reasonable way, right? 1 by 1, 1 meter by 1, you know. So in diameter, 1 meter. Done. You know, and every day, cut them in small pieces, let them dry, and as soon as they're dry, let's start burning them. cactus, roses, hibiscus, rubellin is everything with thorns. Now, thorns from fruit trees, when they come, you cut them careful. Don't let them fall. You hold them, with your cotton gloves. Hold them strong, and with the other hand, you cut the thorn so it won't fall on the floor, right? Keep them in cemented areas, whichever you're growing, but to trim, for sure, put in a cemented area. That's mandatory. Cemented area for all the fruit trees that have thorns, because a few lemons, limes would have some, but you just keep trimming. All right, very good. So with the animals already said what to do, you already bring to the veterinarians, already give them a shot. Is not to let them free, as we said about 2 years ago. For the birds born in captivity, that's up to you. You can let it loose, but if it's one type like the same, that's not authorized the same way as any reptile, and then you have to kill it, okay, if it's the non-authorized, okay. All right, the same for animals, right? The animals, all of them are not authorized. The exceptions: fish, chicken, right? The rabbits and the small birds. Okay, very good. We already talked about that. Theme parks also, they can only stay up to 200 kilometers from the beach if they have very positive, items, figures, right? That's okay, they can have, but not to negative stories, fairy tales, or Disney, or things like that. Simple performance with regular clothes, but don't you say, this is this princess from that movie, this is this prince from this movie. You understand? All right, very good. Okay, so that's fine. Up to 200 kilometers, right there is green. Everything that's green, it's okay. Now let's go here. All construction places need to move. Get your things. All the stores, if you're moving, that's what you're gonna do. The business owners can bring items to the beach area 200 kilometers from the beach line, if you will apply properly to reopen only after the organization launching day, right? And if you have to start, you need 4 couples, and in 8 weeks you need the 10 department directors, okay? You need to give all the residents that you are inviting. So you first decide the location. You can purchase the location with, among you, 4 of you, that's okay. But then you have to invite one entire residential community or 2 to be reasonable, so you can have 20 to become 10, to choose the best 10. So you need 20 to apply, okay? All right, very good. So already have 4, right? The owners already get other families, so it will be one of these 4. And you in charge, get trucks and bring, find places at the beach so you can keep all the items while you apply, organize, such as restaurant, thrift store, you can do that. For new furniture, if they are approved furniture, the thin ones, nothing bulky. All right? Okay. And appliances, what you have, it's all right, you bring. If it's new or used, but usable, right? It's okay. Bed, mattress, all this, that's fine. But of course, no bakery, because bakery, everybody gonna do their own at their own house kitchen, the Skyrisers kitchen, remember? Okay, so they will do small buns, but most of them will be for flat bread, corn tortilla, wheat tortilla, those flat things the most as possible. And the 4 or 6 buns can be done in a pan, in a stove, and oven is not needed. Very good. Car dealer, of course, you can't bring anything, but we are not leaving any recycle center in a center of continents. So the idea, you clean all the items inside, right? Inside, and then you sell to a recycle center already at the beach. Okay, because we're not keeping, because some of them take long to be cleaned up. All right, so you have to donate everything to a recycle center or sell for a reasonable price if they can use some metal, plastic, and recycle those items. Boat rentals, that is fine, only the 200, okay? Hotels, 200, but if they have many floors, they can also, okay, they can apply to receive whole families now. That is okay, right? They want to be one of the last ones, that's okay. As soon as they have many floors, right? 20, 28 floors, okay? But in the beginning, that is fine. They can start with less. So we already get information for preschools, elementary, middle school, high school, college, university, all those places, private classes, everyone. Private class, you have to close down or become one of those, right? University also, university, college, you have to close down anywhere, okay? Because they're way too big, way too huge, we don't need them. So those 3 places you close down anywhere. You see? Anywhere. We're going to have adult education in small places, such as places that were giving private classes or restaurants that closed down, okay? If you believe that is more affordable and, more profitable for the future, you can open adult education at the 200 kilometers from the beach line, but not the center of continents. Okay, here we are. Let's get some more updates. I already share information about museums. All of them at the center of the continents need to close down. Okay? And here the places the government sites need to clean up inside entirely and also close down. We are not keeping anything at the center of continents. All of them go to the schools. The school's gonna keep their reports and the key. That's it. Libraries just threw away everything, every single book. If they have a very few, that's very good for gardening related to that area they're located. So they can call the school, they can donate to the school or to two of their closest residential community. For the children to look, adults, just to get ideas, that is fine. Only those books. No documentaries, movies, DVDs, CDs, nothing. Newspaper, magazines, everything is gone. Do your reports, 2 days reports, put everything on YouTube. Every person in charge of all places, government sites, need to do that. And of course, by the 200 kilometers, they also have to close down everything, right? They have to close down the same way. Get the reports, put online, tell what they were about, related to, and give the key and the copy of the report to the school with the demolition contract agreement already made, approved by the school, done. You're ready to go, okay? All right, and then you already move to another city, other state to renew life, because that's mandatory as well. Everyone that were government leaders need to do that. Everyone that were managers, important positions. And also for everyone that did not move for the last 20 years. That's still in the same state. Let's move. It's good to go to different places and renew life. Let's get going. So every family can decide if they go to the beach now and deserts after, right? Or if they go to deserts now And beach after. Let's go, everyone, because we really need to get going. This is very, very important. All right? Everybody, of course, that go to the deserts now get the double of points. Whichever points we agree for those 10 years to be there planting and caring for those trees, right? Because for them it's not 6 months, for them it's a few years watering, right? Okay, the 6 months watering after the last planting, it's what? For the center of continents, if the air is good, right? If sustainable, such as a big rain season is coming, for sure gonna rain almost every day, right? Because we don't want to live semi-arid. You can even water for 1 year, right? 1 whole year if needed. Everything needs to be reasonable. That's the main thing. And then you're going to explain. We stay at this county for a total of 1 year after the last planting, right? Because it's a very semi-arid land, or doesn't never rain or something like that. Okay, because all these plants are natives. They should catch up. We're just doing extra for care, but it's not for many families to do this. You get the water truck, you go, come back on the established roads, and done. You know, at the end of the 6 months, you can already, or even before, you can already start taking the black top, right? And everything will be what? Will be dirt roads, right? But the water truck have a pattern, or maybe like this, or whichever it is. They have a place on the county that they will be watering. So let's say they keep here, so maybe here's the hotel, the school, commercial plaza, and then maybe here another one on this road. You have to keep things combined and always towards the closest airport and the closest railroad track. And then at the final decision, gonna be according to their reality. They're gonna decide together. This team over here with 10 department directors, this last school, residential community, so will be what? Maybe 50, right? Department directors, right? 10 from each property, okay? Are to talk about and decide with the other one from railroad tracks to see which one's going to be the real last, right? And then one of them go, and what they're going to do? Take out the road that connect them, right? And then the very last one goes like this, or take a helicopter move. Okay, so as soon as reasonable, just get going. If it's railroad tracks, you know, from the center of the continent going to the beach, what you're gonna do? You know, of course, you can have families, every family in a different one, and they move a little bit, take the ones that they already, nobody going there, and move a little bit. They can do every 400, 500 meters, right? And demolish, take out this, because nobody's going back. They're just gonna go forward until the next county, until they're at the beach, right? So teams can do this as well. 10 department directors, right? If it's quick, as I said, everything's the same pattern. If it's up to 5.5 months, right? 4 couples, it's fine. If it's more than that, you need what? 10 couples, married couples, the 10 department direct. So for everything, these people also gonna have money. They are cleaning up railroad tracks. Okay, this team also gonna get money. They're gonna clean up the airport that is big and just leave a very small area here, or maybe not even that. Maybe they just gonna leave a parking lot, and the last family gonna go on a helicopter, and then of course you can leave that little patch of cement right there. That seems the most reasonable. Okay, so let's get going. As soon as your community do not need more food, right? Or food is already canceled according to the year, so you can already demolish the airport entirely, right? Send more people, everybody that can. So for example, if you taking this community out, the last, keeping this for the very last, so you demolish this, already send the last families here on a railroad track, and the very last 20 couple, 10 couples gonna go on a helicopter to the next county or to the beach, right? Whichever, if they're not too far. Okay? So that's the pattern, up to 5.5. You cannot plan for a 5.5 and stay there forever for 4 years. You have to plan, be reasonable, and make it happen. And everything you keep at your YouTube account. Make your short videos if you are a family, if you are a business owner, right? Okay? Get your pattern, get going, establish your time, and really move. Okay, here it is. And if you're gonna open a store, the first thing, you need a place to bring all your items, new or used, that's fine. That's approved, of course. And keep going. Okay, and then you do everything that's already asked at the beach areas. Okay, so here it is. And if you want to open a desert hotel, already have one, you already know the basics. We need food, water from water wells, right? Shelter in bamboo or wood, something that can easily be demolished in 20 years. What else we need? Good health, everyone gonna have. And that's it. So, water, food, shelter, good health, peace and love, education. So, just make those hotels, and start receiving complete married families, and you're ready to go. So, here it is. All right. So, we see you soon. It's a gift to have your participation. All right. So, here, topics to record. University courses that can be used for application, So the good courses, education, math, science, right? Nutrition, everything that's related to our reality. Which ones you cannot use? Veterinary, arts, food, engineering, technology. Because all these things, we're gonna use just the very basic. It's a cell phone, right? It's a cell phone, connect to internet, and done. Our internet, every desert hotel gonna have on. If they have electricity, they have here the satellite. Done. We don't need to bring all these cables far away, cables from one company and then cables from another company. These streets get full of cables. Unbelievable. And they pay or don't pay the government, and then, or they pay, and it's used for their own, it's not used for the population. It's a big story. No electricity, no electronic running in cords. All of this, or fiber cable, this is gone. All right. Okay, here one more update for all of us. For everything I didn't say, just make common sense, right? What are the main priorities of our organization that really need 4, 6, or 8 years of study? Those will be these very special ones, as I said. Education, science, nutrition, those people can learn a lot, right? But not those others that we're not using anymore. Okay? All right, here we are. Let's get ready. All right, everyone, here we are with more updates. So, it is forbidden for teachers to ask the students to write down the context or copy or do their assignment and at the same time explaining. They do one first or the other. You know, they can explain and everyone will stay still, students of all ages. If it's a math problem or even basic English, whichever it is, you cannot give two things for the people to do at once. They can do at their own, but not with the teacher. All right, so they will really pay attention once and then they really copy, or the other way around, okay, according to reality. Everything, even to learn high school subjects, so we need this pattern, all right? Okay, one thing at a time. That's how we need to be. Okay, my friends, so please subscribe and share every day. Write your emails and you get 10 sentences with 10 links, and let's get ready. Share with everyone you know for one entire month, and then you say bye-bye to them, from social media, because we really don't need that, right? Our family and our friends going to be right by us. They're going to live at the same residential community, okay? All right, let's get ready. The other thing that we're not going to have is forbidden. It's to but to consider autists as sick people, okay? And adults that are sick, are autists or not, and how old, and what they do, what they don't. We're not having those things. Why? Because we already know autists in different levels that get married, and have responsibility in life, they get better. They make love, they jog, they eat healthy, they sweat, they have someone to love, they improve their brain, they improve everything. It's like for every other human being on the whole planet. If we do things properly, okay, all these things I just said, we are healthy. People are healthy, so it's not such a talk, We have the basic for children. Some have high levels of autism, right? But everything, they just going to fill up the peace points, okay? Because some people are lazy. Some people, they're not autists at all. And for some schools, they're considered this, they consider that. Or for example, ADD, ADHD, for people that do not know, they are practiced according to lack of attention. And we know many are not true. They will go away very quickly when those children and teens are going to start eating healthy, eating properly, taking sun, right? It's amazing. They're all going to improve, so we're not talking about that. We're not doing what you're going to fill up. It's everyone the same. It's the Peace app. That's what it is. Everyone will start writing about their mother's pregnancy. It was happy, it was good, it was peaceful. She has proper nutrition. Gonna have many questions. That's the first question for everyone. Done. Okay, the person does not know. All right, the mother already passed away, such as for some elders, right? And then they can jump for the next step. They remember. They cannot guess things, right? Unless it's obvious, like for disposable diapers that came in more recent decades and details like this. Okay, my friends, so let's get going. Any health problem of any type, what are we gonna do? Fill up the peace points and check the videos. The Peace and Love International Organization videos. Do not follow people that are selling things, selling vitamins, selling products, because of course, they want a profit on the back, and sometimes they're not really honest, okay? Because for us to have health, what do you need? We need those 10 basic practices that we keep talking over and over, all right? Okay, so here we are. So like tinnitus, tinnitus, in the ear, those noises you get. So all these things, or hearing loss, my friends, I'm telling you, when people will start having awesome opportunities in life and have their family that care about them. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandpa. How was your night? Are you doing okay? Look, let's get ready. We're going out. You know, when they start and give a hug and they're right there living with them, I promise you that hearing, loss will be a thing of the past. Everyone gonna improve and renew their cells like every other part of the body. We renew cells every single day if we do proper things, right? So you just get organized the best you can and soon as possible with your house, with your family. That's the basic. And at the organization launching day, we're going to have this Peace app, okay? And you're just going to start filling up. Remember, everyone will have to reset. The Peace and app gonna be completely reset. Why? For people to answer everything again and memorize everything, because we have to know things about our lives, okay? And also gonna be reset if people answer one or more wrong questions. They answer wrong, okay? Or they were not honest, or was not really that year, that time, okay? It's all right. Just keep trying and fill up again. Okay, my friends, so it will be really a great gift. Let's get organized and we will live happy, my friends. No stress. No, everyone gonna have land to plant food and time outside. Time to play, time to study, time to work, and will be a real gift. Okay? All right, so here we are. And for the brain and for good memory, the same exact thing. We have to eat healthy, work out, sweat, and be married. And for everyone 15 years old and older, also have their partner, make love and have fun and go outside, have family days on Sunday. And here it is. Everyone gonna be really healthy. Let's get ready. We'll see you soon. All right, so the other thing is that the Peace and Love International Organization is not for sale. We have many ideas. Many people over the years kept being really mean to us, but we go on because this will work one day, even that some people do not agree, but at the end they have to agree because that's the only solution for us families of this planet Earth to be united, to be happy, to be healthy, to be sustainable, and also for the planet to survive, okay? So it's mandatory to respect, to honor who? God and nature, right? And for us to pay attention to our practice. No more landfills, no more trash, very basic things, okay? So it is not for sale and it won't close down. We are moving on, we are strong, and we will win. We will be successful because we have other people. So we need, please subscribe and share every day with family, friends, co-workers and neighbors, right? At your social medias and emails and anyhow you can. And also please make a donation. We didn't receive any donation yet up to May 2023, so we are waiting for some donations we really need. Just send your money over Western Union is a very good one, or Walmart to Walmart, and just put our email there, natureevents24@gmail.com, and done. Okay, the address is already written there. We have emails how to send your donations. Then send how much you can. The address you're gonna put, my driver license, 1080 Southeast Litha Circle, apartment 7, Stuart, Florida 34994 is the zip code. Okay? All right. I already moved from there, but we're gonna move again, so I'm not changing my driver license. Anyways, that's why. Okay, and Letha circle, we write Letha, and the rest you know, circle. Okay, we really appreciate your participation. So please come and help us, volunteers, if you have any time, if you can help online at home, just send us an email and we go from there. You can help a little bit each week and send us back as soon as that part is typed or organized, okay? And our main objective now is for the International Teachers Conference coming out in August. So if you want to be a volunteer at any country, if you speak some basic English, that will be plenty. Just please send us an email. It's Nature Events with S 24 at gmail.com. Okay, very good. We see you soon. Let's get ready. All right. Okay, so after sending your money online, right, on all those places I just said, like Western Union or Walmart to Walmart, just take a picture with your cell phone and send to my email so I can go get the money. So people that never sent before, that's how it works, okay? You just put there Goiânia, Ferreira, the address, how much, the email, basic information they're gonna ask you. And you can make a donation anyhow you want. As your health coach, say, oh, Goiânia, I'm giving this donation to you, our health coach, because, we also need to pay our rent, electricity, right, every month, and we're still buying food, and we need food because we don't have many gardens yet, food gardens. Okay, or you're gonna say this money is for the land for school, or this money, or already a land, that's fine. If it's here in Florida, by the East Coast, that's fine. You can also make a contract with us for 2 years for us to do this piloting program, right? For our school, our restaurant, our thrift store, right? We need those locations. Our nature event, that will also be a fun site, but we also can celebrate weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and work celebrations at the end of the semester. So that's basically what we need, and a good land to plant a lot of food, because those families are coming now in August. All right, we really appreciate your cooperation, because we have been doing this for quite a few years, and as I said, we will be successful and have this international constitution for all countries the same. That's our work, okay? So that's why we keep improving, and live in warm areas, because there it's where we can plant food. Okay, my friends, let's get ready. We see you soon. So business owners, when will be closing down their previous business, they can reopen, for example, a preschool. They can do that, but only at the center of continents, only if they're located beside the sky risers. Because let's say we have the continent, right? More or less like this, and then people are gonna divide and gonna keep the very last, the closest to the airport. Then let's say here's the closest railroad track, let's say, all right? Okay, so the first thing, people will be moving for communities that are in houses, right, such as single family homes, and start moving to sky risers, right, or apartments of 2, 4 floors, right? So they have 1 year, to complete all the communities with houses. So people have 1 year up to the end of 2024. That's the most reasonable, okay? All single family homes and also houses by itself. Okay? All right. People, so if they are beside or right there after one or two properties really close, then it's okay. They can do that, right? They can open for preschool, they can open for adult education, that's fine. All right. Government that need money can print more. Who said that we need to have this or this or that or that? Print and already purchase the property of everyone, those families, give them the money so they can already start moving out and go towards the beach area. You know, yes, government help, you know, and people that have money also help purchase their property just for them, because some people, you know, they don't see the magnitude of this work of the Peace and Love International Organization. But we need, it's the time now, we need to implement this work on earth. So if you have money, or if you're government leader, you know, a president, yes, print the money, purchase the property, you know, they have any property, rural area, all these communities, you know, located everywhere, one housing already buy so they can already move to the beach or to desert hotels. Make sense? Let's get going, let's get moving, because this is very important. So yes, go ahead, print money and print a lot of it. Okay, so soon after you already bought everything, already got the hire a company that can do proper demolishing, they have proper license. Okay, already make a contract, pay that company too. Government leaders and people with money, please help and let's get going. Okay? So yes, get all these communities. What you're gonna leave? Only sky risers. Okay? That are the closest, the very last one, closest to the airport and closest to the railroad tracks. You keep them both until the very end. So you already demolished, plant, water. Start planting, water. All communities that you can. All right, and then you go to the next and you keep going until the next, right? Until you have the very last here, for example, and the very last closer to these two locations, and those will also be gone. Purchase, yes, purchase, go ahead, purchase for them, let them go, let them move, because we need to get going. All right? Okay, very good. We appreciate your participation. All right, so the other update is for everyone will be experts in body language and facial language, because we need to teach the basics to our children. As they grow up, they will have an idea. Not to go over too many details, because everyone's going to be happy, right? But then for them to have an idea, so they're not learning, for example, a grumpy face or things like that, you know, upset face. But if they're serious, if they are, you know, more enthusiastic, or they're very happy or just happy, you know, the basics, positive things, because we need those things, right? So, and we also gonna ask those questions at the Peace app. It's a big test, right? Do you recognize body language? Yes, no, and then comes up a bunch of other questions for you to fill out. Do you recognize well facial language? Yes, no, maybe, sometimes. Okay, according to your answer, gonna be many answers, all right? They're gonna pull up, all right, and if you want to go back, just press the button, go back a page, and then have a better answer. That's fine, okay? All right, because all these things are very important for all of us, okay? And it's forbidden to say that, to that authors are the ones that are great, they like to focus in one thing or another. They are specialists in one thing. Even some companies like to hire them. My friends, we have to hire people that are organized or know well about things, but because they're healthy, not because, they only think about work. We need to have more dignity at our practices and hire people and offer them proper breaks like every other company should do in the entire planet, right? Not just hire artists because they just focus on that, their job, and don't do anything else in life. That's not right, okay? So it's forbidden even to talk. All the negative things we are going to talk at the documentary. This documentary that we have been telling for a few years now will be about, say, 6 or 8 hours. The best and the worst of our humanity. So for this documentary, gonna be everything, the 5 best countries, and first is the 5 worst of each subject, and then the 5 best. So for every topic of what? Of the 10 departments. So let's say for health, who is the healthiest, who is the worst in health, who is the best in health, and also assistance, right? And what's connected to that, all the items possible for that department. Education, the same way, which countries were still having schools only for girls or only for boys, and which countries didn't have school for men, what's the percentage did not go to school, what's the percentage of people that cannot read or write. All these details, everything will be related to their department. So to start, we will do 1 hour for each department. That's a good start. Up to 1 hour to each department, what they're related. So the worst and the best, 1 hour per department. Up to, right? Because some we don't need that many things. So for example, everything related to landfills and a center of oceans will be considered countries united, right? Because the organization will be everywhere. The organization is the owner of everywhere, right? There's not such a thing. You can go far away, a few miles away, a few kilometers away, and that doesn't belong to the coast anymore. So this is forbidden. Ships that do casinos and all these games or other things, gambling, that's forbidden, okay? Every water belongs to the Peace and Love Organization. We have to take care. Belongs to God, belongs to nature. We have to take care the best we can with all details possible. The rivers inside the continent, streams inside the continent, large rivers, small rivers. So we're gonna do everything that's possible. The same way, if needed, we are going to make big barriers underground, right? If they encounter, because some rivers are huge, they have a lot of volume of water, right? So we are going to do this the best as possible. That's the only construction company that will stay, will be those construction companies for those special things, such as those for rivers, for streams, for beach areas, right, that we're going to remodel. And that's the only construction, those huge, big concrete boards that we're going to put underground, just in some cases, right? Okay? And just do the best you can. Some cities already have them shaped up, in the center of cities with cement or, different. Some have chicken wires holding rocks, like in stairs going up until the land level. Whichever it is, that's the only type gonna be and only really needed. They have to have their YouTube account. They need 4 people to be 10 soon after. Why they wanna do it? And which school supports that? They need 2 schools to support that idea. Okay, so where, which rivers, which streams, or which beach, for now, all the big ones in cold areas, that is really important. By the beach areas, right? Places we are taking out, places we are taking in. And the other improvement also for the Greenland. Greenland, we're just going to shape up a little bit everywhere and live like that, We're not going to cut them much, just shape up and leave it. What we are going to take are all those small islands here on the top of Canada. That we're going to take out, okay? All right. So, so here we are, and then they need 2 schools. Who will be these schools? 10 department director couples from one, and 10 department director couples for the other. They need 2 schools. Vote. And with the project, what they're doing, why they're doing, the importance of being done. Okay? All right, my friends. Very good. Let's get ready, because that in the center of content is going to be very few, but maybe it's needed somewhere, right? Okay, so here we are. Let's get ready. See you soon. So, and we are going to teach our children the basics in technology, scientific knowledge, instruments such as tools, right? But also musical instruments, all these things, okay? We are going to teach age appropriate. Everything is based like it's done in Waldorf education, okay? And from there, details will be coming up soon. All right, here we are, and get organized. All right, so do you know about the 20 books for each continent with the first 4 pages? The first chapter can have negative things that happen, and then the family moved with the Peace and Love Organization, got happy. We're not doing those books anymore. We're going to be really clear what happened before along the centuries and millenniums in our humanity. Also, the 5 worst, the 5 best of everything, okay? But we are going to have only at our documentary, this very big document, going to be about 8 hours long. And the books related to it that middle and high school can read, There are going to be many volumes to read. So some of them is authorized for high school, but not for middle school. And everything is authorized for middle school and above. Okay, so there's no books anymore. We're going to have all the details at our documentary. All right? In books and in a movie, right? A documentary movie. All right, here it is, more updates for us, because that is for sure is the most positive for everyone. We don't need the storage to keep going back and things. And at the YouTube, people gonna focus on what they got it done, not on the past, the things they, someone they kill or they live in a bad neighborhood. Those are the Peace App, previous Peace App points. But not at the YouTube. YouTube is a place where everyone gonna look each other, right? So if they have a friend, if they have the person start to date another before start dating to have an idea, or also employees that work for someone want to make sure, they did everything appropriately, such as if they owe money to them or not, they know who to make a complaint. And also for business owners to do the other way around, make sure they do all the agreements, everyone sign, they did not owe money to others, to the employee without an agreement. Because some countries, I think I already said that, but I'm not sure. Because some videos we do, but then, we can't post them. So, some countries, they charge too much to lay off an employee. It's too much, it's way impossible. Some people have 2, 10, but they don't have much money, but to lay them off, and sometimes they do bad things, they even steal, do negative things. And so just make an agreement. If the person really do not agree, get the other employees. Do the best you can. As soon as you prove, I cannot pay all this money according to the law of my own state or my own country to lay off all these employees I have. Might be just 2 or 4. But maybe it's 1,000, 2,000, right? Some companies are huge, 4,000, right? If you see Walmart, thousands and thousands. So you're just gonna do the best you can. You have to prove that you're paying a fair price. That's the main thing. And they have to sign, and you're gonna show your pay stubs. You're gonna say that you don't have money in other savings account or in another country, right? All those details are important. As soon as you, the business owner, it's doing things right. The same as government leaders, right? That you're paying everyone properly, and how much people you pay for yourself, what is used to do what was not, what was authorized to do what was not, if you got money from the government, like you practice corruption or not, all these details. So you are in charge, to close your business. Even managers, they're responsible to help the owners. Owners cannot do anything, because if they work, managers help them, and directors of some other organizations, that's how they're called, right? They help to be on that position. Now they have to help to close properly and gather those documentation, gather those signatures, right? So the employee is gonna be present at the 2 days planning, at the 2 days cleanup, and those that are important also at those 2 days to complete taxes and employee paperwork. Maybe you need time to do a meeting with everyone and see the best how you're gonna do and go over details. Maybe you don't. You already set up, everyone is paid according to the contract you have with them individually, and also according to your country's law or your state law, right? Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe those extra 2 days you just need a very few, maybe 2, 4 people helping you, the owner, to gather all this paperwork at your Google Doc so you can print them and bring them home. So this extra 2 days is only for taxes and employees. Taxes you receive as government or taxes that you pay as a business owner, right? And employees. Make sure you have, since you are open, since you're open for up to 20 years for everyone. So if you sold the company, and then you're gonna say, I sold the company. If you bought the company, you're gonna say, I bought the company. But everyone that open any business anywhere, they need to have those information, okay? All right. The other things for government leaders, the same way, the last 20 years of this documentation, or, 20 years. For business owners, of course, if they open for less amount of years, they will prove what they were open. And for previous business owners that already closed their business 2 or more years ago, so they will put information their own family does not need, of course, but needs to be 2 years. Everything already sold for 2 years. okay? So if it's less than 2 years, they're gonna do the best as possible with some information, right? What they have or who was the accountant, because this way we give opportunity for citizens that have a complaint to know who they can talk to, right? Or if they own something, or if they, whichever it is, we are giving them this opportunity. All right, in case it's needed, there it is. All right, thank you so much. Let's get ready. We see you soon. The other thing is for business owners that sold their business in 2 years or less time. They need the name, address, how many employees they had, how much was the gross income, the net income, all these details. Which bank, the best as possible. Until we have proper forms, you're just going to fill up. You just do yourself now, start thinking. Okay, what was the product you sold the most, or the service you got the most money, how many employees, who were the owners with you, all these details, where you were located, where you purchased things from, where you sold things to, or where you offered the service to, for everyone, service or items, right? Okay, merchandise. All right. Okay, so start doing at your own family, and then you just transfer these videos. You just put the link afterwards. That's fine. But already start making notes on your family records book. Take a few pages, start organizing yourself. All right? Okay, here's Goiana Ferreira from Florida. I'm the international director of the Peace and Love Organization. Okay, we see you soon. Our teachers conference is coming up in August 2023. So let's talk about pharmaceutical medication. If they are synthetic, right, they are processed, okay, so you are going to throw them away. But if they are natural, right, you're gonna give or sell for a very good, reasonable price to the closest residential community. Okay? So if they're natural, it's okay if they're organic or not, if they pass in heat, right? Or not, if they were artificially, processed or not, doesn't matter. Give everything, because those they're closed, of course, right? They have the seal of being closed, so the communities will start using them. A little bit on the oats, a little bit on the beans, on the rice, on a salad, right? Everything that is natural. Everything that's synthetic goes in a trash. Okay, for the trash pickup to come. All right, so we already talked about pharmaceutical drugs and natural medication. All right, so now let's say a few words about chemicals. Okay, chemicals include everything. So you're going to keep good oils and paint. Okay? So every paint you have, you're gonna give to your own residential community. Why? We have to paint streets, because we're gonna start taking out the street signs, right? Okay, we're gonna start taking those out. As soon as cars are canceled, the government leader is gonna cancel, we're gonna start taking these things out. There won't be cars in the street, we don't need them, right? But we are going to paint every block at the corners, right? At the corners, and also at the center of a block, in the middle of the block, so people can walk. Very bright, such as 2 meters wide, in the best colors you have. yellow, you know, the opposite color of what the floor of that road is. If it's really black, you know, you do a colorful. If it's really clear, you can use dark colors. Really, you know, that is very important. So paint you can also give to thrift stores. Why? Because these residential communities, or you can already give it to your own residential community, right? They are going, yeah, no thrift stores, no paint here. Yeah, sorry, no paint here. You're already gonna give to residential communities. You're already gonna mix. You get your thumb, mix well, get your thumb, put on the top of the can, a big mark, a big thumb like that. You know, so we'll show about 2 centimeters long, okay? We'll show which color it is with that. Remember the information I told you about this little flashcard? Flashcard you're gonna stick on the top of each paint can. All right, use the ones that have the least first. No, use them already, get it done, okay? And we're also gonna paint some, you know, in apartments, you're gonna paint that line, every single room. Bedroom, living room, dining room, porches, everything. Gonna paint even the bathroom, the entire apartment, everywhere. The beach or the center of continents, okay? At 1 meter tall. They're gonna paint 10 centimeters. They choose that color and they paint the whole thing. Okay, for places that do not have many different colors, you know, they can paint 5 centimeters. It's gonna take much longer to do it, but they can do that. 5 centimeters one color, 5 centimeters another color. All right? And remember, by the light switch, when you enter every room by the light switch, you need to paint, you know, the apartment number. So the initials for the community, the initial and the apartment number, everyone by the switch, because that's what we're going to use as safety as well, okay? So do not throw away any paint of any type, you know, for those that are very old. Okay, you can use where, you know, you're gonna need, you know, that if fade out in the first rain, or, you know, you can paint again, such as fences. You need to paint inside the fences of your community if you have wall or wooden fence, or if you paint a street in a center, in the middle of a block, you know, when people are walking, you know, they're gonna cross the middle of the block and not only at the end. We're gonna paint these 2 meters I'm talking about here, okay? All right, for large avenues 2 meters, for small roads is 1 meter. Makes sense? Okay, so it's very clear. And the vans, the working vans for food, for very few things, they, of course, they have to stop, look, and keep going. All right, nobody gonna drive really fast because that's not needed as well. People gonna work at their own county. They're gonna have a whole morning and another team a whole afternoon to make proper deliveries. All right? Okay, so you have 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters if you're using one color to paint all your apartment walls at 1 meter tall. And you can use, if you don't have, you know, you can use 5 and 5. 5 centimeters, such as red and orange, yellow and red, yellow and orange, or green and clear green and dark blue, you know, those things, okay? Because for deserts, that's the pattern. For deserts, that's the pattern for sure, okay? Deserts and beach, everywhere we are going. Yeah, let's do this as a pattern. Everywhere people will be going, 200 kilometers from the beach, and also deserts, will be painted this way. 5 centimeters for this and 5 centimeters for another color exactly beside each other. All right? And everywhere in the center of continents, we are going to do 10 centimeters, only one color, because then this way we have a pattern and will be really good. Okay, because we're doing this with everything. Remember, for the Department of Security, the other simple details are the bowl, that is mandatory every Saturday to have a clean one at the table, right? The living room, dining room table, that bowl you clean. What else we are having? We're having those mobiles with this little decoration, some bigger, some smaller, right? Okay? So we have all these things. That is also, it's at the kitchen, the cafeteria kitchen is always locked. The pantry, everything is locked. Okay, so that's another thing. And with everything, if you have a pool, you know, put the lock at night, you know. So when is the last, if it's summer, 10 to 8, vacation or summer 10 to 8, nobody can play anymore because teens can stay there to 10 to 8, right? Okay, so they can enjoy, you know, this beginning, because, you know, if they're working or studying until 6 o'clock, so they can have fun a little bit till 8 p.m. it's closed. So till 5 to 8 or so, they have to leave. So you have that small gate, 1 meter tall gate, right? Gonna be closed. So everything you close. The laundry room. All right. One couple close, right? At what? 8 p.m. Yeah, I guess it's 9 p.m. Let's do till 9 p.m. because, no, 8:50. Let's do 8:50. The laundry close. Why? Because those couples that do not have children, they can go to bed at 9. So if they finish their laundry entirely by 8:50 is okay. Lock the room. 9 sharp is locked. And then give the other couple every day. You know, this couple always close, and the other couple next morning 5 a.m. always open the laundry room. Okay? Right now, you just do the best you can with your laundry machines and dryers, because everything gonna be demolished anyways, right? But in the future, gonna be at the beach, the future new buildings, we're gonna start only at 2 or 4 years. You know, after we really clean everything, all the wires and pipes and things. So gonna take a lot to clean up, you know, and also a lot of details for us to go over, right? How this gonna be made, and this and that, and windows, you know, for them to last for a long time. So probably here we can start at the empty counties. So if your county do not have a sky riser, you know, of let's say 10 floors or more, that county will be by the beach, that county will be the first to be demolished, because they have less population, of course, and we clean up everything, the entire thing, and already start to build everything the way it should be. So we have to take everything entirely, because we don't need them, we're not going to use them, right? Pipes in the middle of the road, and optic fiber, and electricity for diesel, cables for TV, cables for internet, and for other companies, they keep putting, adding, all not needed. And of course, all these rooms, you know, and underground rooms for these cables, that they have all these things everywhere. And also what? Tunnels under mountains, everything we're gonna demolish. So those counties are the first. You know, for every regular counties, the ones with single family homes will be the first, right? Everywhere. At the beach and also inside the continent. What else? And for everyone, a reasonable way. They're not using that tunnel anymore. Okay, so they can take it out. They're not using the railroad anymore. All right, take the railroad. Everything is a good sense. What they really need according to their reality. Okay, because some places don't even have one or the other, right? They're too far away. So they are going, they can't have, how many people still living there? A little bit? All right, we can manage with helicopters. Or still many people living, so you need an airport or railroad tracks with proper trains and airplanes, right? Okay, so everything make good sense, and everything you do, what you have to do? Make a videos of your decision, video the documentation. Always hold your phone properly, make a pattern. So horizontal is the best because you can film, you see here, the entire page of your family records book or business records book or government leader records book. Okay? All right? And those that are not business owners, organizations such as non-profit organizations, that's you have to make a records book and your YouTube account. Everyone as they were called before, so some of them, they have two names, right? One is the official name on papers and documentation. One is the name everyone knows, fictitious names, right? So it's all right. You're going to put the YouTube channel on the name most used, most common. All right, makes sense, right? Okay, and then you're going to explain this was our fictitious name or maybe not. This is our real name. Then the fictitious, online was another name. So you're just going to explain everything you do, how you do. For all cleanup, all documentation, do before, during, after. Before, during, after. All right? Very good. Always say date and time. And I already said Miami time is this. Miami time is this. Okay, so they have the reference. It's a good reference. All right? Very easy to look up, so they already know, how many hours difference they count. And today is. And also say the day of the week. Always. Today's Monday. Today's Tuesday. Always say that. Now, what time it is right now? Whichever is time. The other improvement that we're not using the 24-hour time. We're not using that anymore. The best would be the way we are already using. AM and PM. And for midnight, we're going to use midnight. And for midday, we can use midday. Done. All right? If it's something easy, you can say noon, right? For midday. But for writing and something special, midday and midnight. Done. So we already know. All right? Very good. Okay, so let's get organized. Let's get going. If you have any question, please, only if you already watch many, let's say 40, 100 hours with your family or friends, then it's okay, sure. Send us a question. If you have a question, our email is natureevents24@gmail.com. Okay? Send your question. Please subscribe right now. Don't forget. And keep sharing your videos every day because it's really important for us to be up to date and share work with all countries, families from all countries. All right, here it is. We see you soon. Let's get ready. All right, so here we have some updates because I said if you don't have the plastic one, you can keep those for seedlings. You don't. So recycle because they're not transparent. You don't see if the bottom is dirty or not. If it's dirt, if it's, so only the plastic egg boxes, okay? That is the right way, all right? And you bring them inside, you don't have to wash them. Or you already wash because you're gonna quickly use. So this is forbidden and this is forbidden. The other thing is that for any plastic wraps, you know, put on the trash. We're not recycling anything anymore. And at the landfills that they have, they are the ones that are going to be organizing everything. All right, so no plastic. Keep, of course, all transparent, useful ones for planting, for the kitchen, you know, if they're hard, strong, I mean, and thick, you know, or even those like from cereal boxes, you see, they're rough, make 4 holes on the bottom, you know, very small hole with a puncher, you know, paper puncher, and you just fold the top a little bit, and you can put it like that. You fold, you know, so you're gonna do that, and easily you're gonna put the dirt and grow a tree there. All right, so we're not recycling anything because it's not needed, not sustainable, and we have no time for it. Keep the transparent and throw away everything else of all types. Okay, I was even keeping some here, but I'm not keeping because we don't have time for this anymore. They use too many chemicals, too many things that are not good, not positive for us. Let's get ready, let's get going. The transparent, if they have a little something, that's okay, you know, and then you will select them afterwards. You know, if they're almost transparent, okay? But don't keep even things like that, you know. For planting, it's okay if they're a little bigger. This is too small, you know, so because you're gonna have the trays. But if it's a little bigger like the one I just showed you, you fold the top and, you know, you can grow. All right? Okay, very good. Everything else put in the trash, get organized and get going. Okay, so if you notice, every now and then, right, we try twice a week or so, have something related to our reality, what we have been doing, for us to prove that we really exist, right? If someone by any chance have any doubt. But anyways, so I just placed a video coming up soon about our coconut oil. That was really so bad, you know, didn't smell like one, didn't taste, doesn't feel like one. I use coconut oil for a long time, a few drops here and there, right? Or for the hair sometimes, or even the face sometimes, or arms before taking sun. But this one was really bad. So we post few videos like that, you know, and we keep receipts and also documents to prove we live here. And you have to do exactly the same. You know, you need 8 receipts per month. 8 receipts. Actually, it's 2 a week, you know. So, no. 8 a month. That's very important. 8 receipts a month of different stores, different supermarkets. Okay? Because everyone needs to prove where they were. All right? Very good. And the proof of address is the proper contract, the rental contract or the mortgage contract or the housing deed that you already paid everything, you're the owner. So that is the proper proof of address and need everyone's name, including the elders there, right? You, the married parent, is the main couple, but the elders need to be included as well, right? The other very simple thing, do not throw away any fabric of any type, you know, mostly they're cotton, they can be used for cleaning. If they're synthetic, we can sew them around and make us this little center mat, right? Very small, like a placemat. For the center of tables at houses to have a different color there, okay? So do not throw them away. People can also practice how to sew on those leftover fabrics, right? Except if they are a plaid or black, those we're not going to use, all right? Okay? And even for clothes, you know, also no black, and but even clear gray, that's fine. You know, that's fine. Okay. All right. So, and the other thing, do things according to your reality the best as possible. You know, such as I said, don't use those foams, right, for egg boxes, you know, to collect the eggs. But if that's the only one you have in your neighborhood, of course, you're not going to throw that away. It's better to have a place where you can put the eggs, right, and wash, clean, put in a refrigerator, then have them loosen, you know, loose around, okay? So keep what you have, and then with time, you're gonna see which ones you have the best. Of course, you get points for everything you do in a better way, right? So that we can have all our families, right, moving forward to what's the real best. All right? Very good. We'll see you soon. All right, so you're going to the beach or to desert lands. That is for every family of all countries. You are organized with your paperwork. You start to have meetings every dinner, after dinner, 20 minutes, Monday to Friday. So everyone that live with you know what's going on, right? If you change a little something here or there, you, the parents, you tell them, right? Very good. If you are single, already marry someone that has 2 children or 2 teens, children or teens, right? So you're not stuck in the middle of nowhere, right? And then you're gonna be sent to somewhere that we just need. It's not somewhere that you can have more points with it, for example, all right? So of course, if you want to already get double of points, marry someone that has the youngest child 8 years old and above, right? Okay, very good. Or adopt some. Hurry up, get organized, because this work is beautiful. But it's for married couples, okay? And families united. And then you go for all details. So everyone in your family already did the permanent hair removal, right? So for the ladies, the entire leg. For the males, you know, they have to do all their neck, no beards long on the neck, and also short, not on the center of their cheeks, right? So just check all the videos, what you need to do. You already have clothes or you need clothes. You already have shoes or you need shoes. If you have an instrument, for example, bring with you. If you're going to the beach, you can bring with you, because we're going to have musical instruments that's authorized, right? Those simple ones at the schools, right? So go ahead, that's fine. You can bring with you. Avoid bringing furniture with you, because that makes no sense. It's much better for you to sell or give to a thrift store at your own city, because then they put all the beds they have, all the mattress they have, you know, in bulk, and they send, because, you know, it's too much money for you if you live in a center of continent far away. Some people live 1-2 kilometers far away from the beach. So just pay attention. You have 100 questions, check-up points to see, you know, before you move. Just pay attention, know the details. You are in charge of your own moving, all right? Okay. So here's another update. Remember I said you're going to write every light fixture of all rooms, including bathrooms and closets, kitchens, living room, dining room, bedroom, and porch. Everywhere you're going to write by the outlet, okay? You just use a permanent marker and write twice. You know, the thick one, you know, that orange one, I showed the regular one, right? Sharpie, okay, in the opposite color, really, to be really bright, okay, opposite color marker. Okay, so you write once, write on the top one more time, and you're done, okay? So if the porch do not have the outlet, right, the little switch at the porch itself, because usually it's located, you know, in the living room. All right, you go to the porch and get, you know, one of the walls and write that, okay? What you're going to write, the name, the entire name of your community, okay? As written now, you know, as written now. So whichever language, symbols or not, whichever language you have right now, you're gonna write how it is, the name of residential community. Can be in Muslim, can be in Japanese, can be in Chinese, can be anyhow, that's fine. Okay, so you're gonna write that, and then you go online on Google Translator and already put the translation. So that's the second item you're gonna write at all outlets, okay? The translation in English, okay? And then you're gonna write the building number and the apartment number, okay? City, country, and if you are one of the 100 smaller countries in the planet, look online. You have to put the continent name as well, okay? So this way we'll be really organized. And the number 4 is the family name that is there. Family name. Okay, the last, of course, right? The last name of the family, okay? That everyone, even the elders, as soon as possible, have the same last name. All right, let's say a few words if you're the family. So you put this item number 4, right? That's your last family name right there. Let's say you live in a sky riser, right? A skyscraper. Okay, so you're there, you live there. Maybe you have 2 children, but not grandparents yet, let's say. Okay, so you're gonna write all these items so you can get your own points. Okay, great. But soon as you are organized, you're moving away from that location, that sky riser or that hotel, whichever it is. Maybe you're moving to the elder's house, maybe you're moving to the beach, or maybe you're moving to a desert hotel, whichever it is. The following people that gonna live there, such as sky risers, right? Probably somebody gonna live there. Okay, gonna cross one line, you know, very strong, the name of that previous family, and write, you know, on the front, the new name, the new family name, okay? So it's just one line, it's not to cross all over, it's just one line. So we still remember who lived there before, and you that just moved, right, with your own last name, because we are going to have some sky rises with this situation at the beach, but also the center of the continent. So if that's your case, you already know how to do it. If you live, gonna move out, or if you just move in and you see some ones that already lived there before, they're gonna have their last name there. All right, so here it is. Let's get organized and let's get going. We see you soon. The number 5 of this, what you write in there, it's the main couple, wife name and husband name, okay? So we really know why, because some residential communities, they're gonna have quite a few different families that belong to their own family, right? They're gonna have their last name the same, okay? So that's the 5th item. And when someone will move in, they just make one line cross, right, at the wife and husband name, and in front they will write their own names, right, wife and husband. Okay, you got it? Okay. Right, so here it is. So I already talked about number 1, 2, 3, how you're gonna do it, right? You understood well, and here's better explanation. So number 4, family last name. So you're gonna write right here, okay? Right here actually, okay. And here the 5th, wife / husband, okay? So you're just gonna cross like that, one straight line. So that's, you know, just move to a location that someone was living there before, you cross one line, and write in the front your proper information, last name, wife, and husband. Got it now? Very good. There it is. All right, and the other thing is for the garlands at the doors or decoration the doors, okay, that you can add details afterwards. But as soon as you are this proper location that you want to be, you need something at the door. You can make it very simple, made out of felt or, like a wreath with a base, and then put some items in it according to what you have. Okay, so think about that. Or you can go through a thrift store and purchase a used one, right? So that's okay. Whichever color you have, that is fine, okay? And the other security item, you need to write the name. Remember, leave on a table of that paper of your family name. So in marker you write at the outlets. Okay, the only exception is for porch because probably is no light switch there. But if you have a table in your living room, right, you put that sign at the table, family name, all these things I just told you exactly the same. So here's another improvement, all right? Exactly what we're writing at the plugs, at the light switch, we will have at the family table, right? A simple table, okay? All right? And at the porch, people, if you have an extra table, you put there too, and then you put a little rock, a little something that's reasonable, right? For that paper to don't fly away at the porch. Makes sense, right? Very good. Basically is that. If you have a question about something, don't throw away. Okay, just wait a bit more, ask someone else, ask family members, friends, okay? All right? And keep your bicycle and skateboards. You keep them. For sure you keep them, okay? Because we're going to use that in anywhere we're going to be, we're going to use them. The only exceptions for desert hotels that not going to have a commercial plaza, right? They're just going to have the trains bringing everything they need, okay? So you cannot keep big drums of any type. You cannot keep, if you're moving, right? You cannot keep electric guitar. All these instruments that we're not going to use, you can get rid of it, all right? If you're really not sure and we didn't say the name, like band instruments, you can keep. Some schools gonna have that. That's all right. Classical instruments you can keep, right? Okay, so different countries have different instrument names. If they're positive, they're sustainable, right? They don't have a cord, an electric cord. That's sustainable. We're gonna use all of them. That's fine. Okay, at the schools, okay? And then in the future, we're gonna make a list, because I said before, we're going to have chamber orchestras. Yes, that's still the same. But right now, we have much more than that. So let's share the schools, the main things to bring those instruments to the beach areas, okay? All right, because we can check them and they can be used for many years, right? And can be fixed over and over, right? Until one day we cannot fix them anymore and we're gonna make only more simple ones, right? Because our main objective is to sing more and play less instruments, but some for sure we can use, okay? So bring them with you. If you have anything, bring them with you. And when you get to the beach, land, and then you see who would use that instrument the most. Is the school, is the adult education, because we're not having instruments inside our own homes anymore. Instruments are for everyone, so you're gonna share for sure. So or you give to a thrift store, so a school can buy, or an adult education can buy, or you donate, but we are not keeping instruments inside our homes. And we can have a few very simple, small ones that are easy to wash. For example, plastic recorders, few things like that at our community library. We're gonna have some books, some games, so sometimes if the person play up to 8 o'clock, they can play a little bit to show their parents what they have been learning at school, right? We can do that. So, and then they return. But of course, only instruments that are simple and washable, that we can disinfect. Spray some vinegar, rinse, and plastic recorders. Some of them are very good, and the children can play sometimes, right? Okay. But everything else they're gonna practice at school, and those instruments gonna stay at school, all right? And for all your seeds and sprouts, everything count points. So keep getting your notes, how many you get. Put the kids to count them. So you won't spend time. So if you have sunflowers, whichever flower you have, be careful because some are very pokey, right? Like the Mexican sunflower is really pokey. Don't let them put their hand right away. But also pine cones, right? Some seeds are quite pokey. So be careful, okay? But you're just gonna give them maybe a cotton gloves, right? Or a little fabric or something that they can use, and then they can count, right? Because then while you do something else and have that 20 minutes every single day from Monday to Friday, really organize, with what's the most important, what's going on everywhere, at school, at the residential community, at your own family, you moving now or not. Make a plan. Talk first to your spouse and make a plan. When you believe you have to move. So you're gonna see where you live. You live in houses or you already live in a skyriser. Okay, of any city, that's the most basic information you need. All right, then you're gonna work with what you have, your reality, make a plan, check those 100 items for moving, and have your own documentation, your own contracts, your own agreements, your own email saved, right? Everything we already said that before. You are in charge of your moving. So you do it properly. Don't do in a hurry. Don't get crazy, because you got a new job and then you don't have a house to live, right? So be organized, be responsible, and do things properly, okay? All right, very good. The other thing is that if you got a great opportunity and that's a dream, coming true, such as, for example, you got opportunity to live in a hotel by the beach that you dream and finally you got it, or the job that you were really looking for, or the husband or wife that you're really looking for, whichever is your reality. Don't get too happy, because, there's still cars in the street. Don't go into an accident. Keep looking because, cars gonna diminish, right? It's forbidden to have family cars, and a few days later, a week later, it's forbidden to have business cars, vehicles as well. But you pay attention where you're going. If you have a bicycle, hold that bicycle strong. If it's sand or not in a way, or pebbles or rocks, do not fall. You see, everything you do, be really safe, okay? Because that's the priority, right? For every family to be happy and united, we need everyone healthy and safe, right? Okay. And that's just an example, right? But be happy, of course, but with attention, with concentration, be responsible, and see what's going on, okay? Don't get too enthusiastic for things, right? Do everything really properly and get this notebook and check up your points with your partner. Okay, time to have fun is have fun. So you're gonna dance. Let's say you met this person, this dream person, is a friend for a long time. You're gonna get married. You're gonna invite some family and friends. Great. But you be responsible, okay? Time for fun is time for fun. When it's time to cross the street, you pay attention what's going on, okay? All right. All right, for dogs. Every sky riser can only have 4 dogs. That's it. Every residential community can only have 4 dogs. If they're in houses, they can already get rid of it. Because probably when they go to the sky riser, someone there with dogs already, okay? So people that want to keep the dogs and try to be one of these 4 per sky riser, right? They arrive there and then they're gonna see if they already have 4 dogs. They have 1 week to decide. Who's gonna decide that? The 4 couples in charge, or if they already have the 10 department directors. But this moving, the new dog is new, right? So of course it's not going to have more points than the dogs they already know have been there for a while. So in this case, my friend, go ahead, do your prayers and let those dogs go, because we can only have 4 dogs per skyscraper. And they have to live in the first floors, right, close to the outside, because we're not going to have paddings for them, we're not going to have anything like that. So they have to live on the first 2 floors, let's say, right? And if they have big families, okay, that's another thing, because we're not having small families that all the way on the top of those sky risers with dog going up and down the elevator all day, right? So very clear. And they walk. They use the stairs, those dogs. If they pee on the stairs, they're gone. They cannot stay. So families need to be organized and bring the morning, lunch, evening, and night. 4 times those dogs need to be going out. Okay? They can even have the person in charge of the community, for example, playing with them, right? Or just keep them inside the apartments, okay? Whichever is reasonable, because some properties are huge, they have a lot of land, okay? But only 4 dogs per skyscraper. The other important thing is your children and teens teachers. As soon as you move to a new school, send them an email. Thank you so much for receiving my son, my daughter. Okay, ask who is those teachers' email, right? If they use new one already or they still using the old one, okay? And that is an email, thank you, what you're gonna say. And then they can answer back, welcome, to our school. Our following event for parents is this and that, right? Okay? And for everyone that has children up to 7 years old, they need a family member there. Can be the parents, the grandparents, someone right there at the school. It's important for families to see what's going on at the schools, because people are going to be moving to many different places, so that's important. And not only drop them off, okay? So they will be part of the school. They will work there, okay? Very good. Or volunteer until end of June. It's at work or volunteer. Okay, so everything instead of website, for a company, for residential communities, if they have places, instead of having website, everything will be a YouTube channel for that location, right? This is clear for everyone, right? So everyone, if a family has a dog and don't know if this is Sky Rise or this hotel already have 4 dogs, they can call and ask, or they can look their YouTube channel, okay? Because should be a video there. On this day, we already got our 4 dogs. Please don't bring any new ones, okay? all right? Because those that are ready at those locations or those that arrive first, they will have priority. And of course, I already said they cannot be too small and they cannot be too large. So the back, the top of their back, that line in the middle of the back, needs to be the dorsal, right? The top of the back needs to be 40 centimeters tall. So let's say 40 to 50. Good idea? 40 to 50. So this way they're not too big, they're not too small, and of course they need to handle themselves properly and only pee or poo outside, and the owners need to clean their poo right away and put in a proper location, right, for them to decompose, and not at the garden beds of anywhere, food or the pots of plants, right? So they have a proper location, and this location gonna be like can be like a pot, right, with a sign, dogs poop. That's it, because they're gonna have this metal dust pans and clean it up, right? Because they're not going to have plastic bags. We're not going to have trash trucks anymore, okay? So those owners pick it up and put on that location to dry, cover up with a little dirt and done, okay? And they can have a little faucet right there and close by, a meter or so away, and they rinse this metal dustpan, right, that they just pick up the poop of the dog and they will hang on the wall for the next person to use. All right? Okay, very good. So I said that people can play with the dogs. We're not going to have time to play with the dogs. Owners going to play with their own dogs at their own time when they're available. What we can do is to have a space outside with a little fence, right, 1 meter fence, for those dogs to spend the day instead of staying inside their homes alone all day. That's okay. So if they don't have a fence, we're not going to make a fence for them. Put them on a leash by a strong cement column or a strong tree, okay, so they can see what's going on. People gonna be planting, gonna be beautiful, right? And you can have 2 weeks to pray for your dogs. If your dog is, needs to be sent to life renovation program, and you need to put them down to sleep, right? So, and bring them to a vet or whichever location you have in your city, put them down. So you can keep them for 2 weeks. You're gonna do your prayers, and for 2 weeks they can be with you there at the garden. But don't cry, don't hold them. Instead, pray for them to born again as a child. If the dog is really good, for everything we do, we move forward. Don't keep attached to people that die or people that will go to the renovation program now because they're in a wheelchair. Is not the way we think. We are positive and sustainable families. We move forward because some people, they cannot be cured in 1 or 2 years. They have very strong issues. So the best is to pray 2 weeks, let them go and pray for them to born again soon. So you're going to tell them which park they're going to wait. We already talked about that. That can be even at the center of the continent, okay? If you don't have much time, that's all right. Or if you already know which county by the beach you're going to be living at, then it's okay. Go to that county, find a park and talk to the person, show the park, and there's where the person gonna stay. The main thing is to ask these people to don't be flying around, because they're gonna be spirits. On these 2 weeks, you're gonna be talking to them and praying, talking to them firm. Do not cry, because then they don't leave. They're not going to this park that you are planning to pick them up as soon as you have a family or a special friend that's willing to receive them as a baby, a new spirit with a better body. Because many people, they cannot be cured anymore. Some of them have a good brain, but the body cannot walk, cannot do anything anymore, right? Okay, so we're not keeping those adults trapped in wheelchairs, all right? If they have condition, the basic condition to try and improve and be healthy, that's one thing. But if they can't, they can't. The best is really to do these 2 weeks prayers called Family Prayers with Life Renovation Program. All right? Okay, very good. So if they're an animal, right, dog, cat, or anything like that, those that will have 2 weeks prayer are only mammals, because they have spiritual evolution. They can born as a human and continue life. But we are not praying 2 weeks for any reptile or any other animal of any type. You kill them and kill it properly. If you have a snake or something, you have to be smart, or you're going to lose many points. Okay? So ask for help if you need help. But you in charge, you forbidden to let them loose in nature. Okay? Any reptile, all these animals. Okay? All right. For cats and dogs only, you can do the 2 weeks prayers, and of course you already set up a day with the veterinarian, already pay, already schedule everything, and then you say bye firm and see that animal. You need to have a little glass. You can see the animal having being killed, right? Because most of them would be with injection, right? But you need to make sure that dog is not alive. It's not just a sleeping vaccine, right? Injection, I mean. All right. Yeah, so the only way, because we know some people are so bad, right? So we don't want any problems. You have to see that the head is cut off, because just one leg doesn't help. We need to have the head of the animal properly cut off, because we don't want veterinarians to get those dogs, choose the ones they want, and maybe they just give them a sleeping injection, and then next day they're going to another state, another country, or to do bad things, right? Okay, so you have to film the injection, that's number one, and you have to film the head was cut off. Just, of course, do it when the children and teens will be at the school. They don't have to be at the clinic, but you and your wife need to be there, okay? Because you're already doing the 2 weeks prayer, playing, having fun, in a firm way, not to be crying, nothing of that, okay? And then you schedule the veterinarian for a time and day the kids are at school. Makes sense, right? Okay, done. For humans, you're gonna do exactly the same. You have 2 weeks of family prayers. What you're gonna do? The first, you have to contact a doctor that can do this type of injection, right? Clinic or hospital, or already send them to a country, a state that do have electric chair. Okay, but the best is the one that you do right there at your own city, because you have to show that patient is dead. Okay? you know, so the person can give injection, but then you have to show at the incineration. At the incineration, you have to show that the person is going there. So one thing is killing, the other thing is the body to be incinerated. Then you get those points for completing things properly, okay? Okay, so before you get a dog, right, or a cat, going to the veterinary, you sign a document, a contract, you pay how much you can afford, and it's done, right? And get those two parts, right? The injection and the head cut off. Okay, very good. All right, for humans, you're gonna do the injection and the incineration, okay? So they might not be close to each other. So you are in charge of touching their skin of the face or the hair. Make sure it's not just a picture you see on the background. So you have to touch them a little bit to prove. So then you finish that video related to this subject, right? So for 2 weeks prayers for animals and 2 week prayers for people. Yeah, do not send them to other countries, other states, because then you're not there to prove anything. Do it at your own county. And you're gonna start praying for the person to really go. The person gonna be really strong doing prayers as well, because some people have good mind, but their body doesn't move anywhere, right? Okay, so and can't be healed even with so much work. I'm not even mentioning type of problems, okay, they had in life, but that's the reality. All right, they're gonna be praying, you're gonna be praying. You get this park name at the beach and send the person there, and then you keep praying for 2 more weeks that the person is there. Okay, done. When it's time for that person, they have agreed to be pregnant and receive that spirit, what you gonna do? Then it's okay, right? Then it's okay. You start praying again, such as 4 weeks before birth, you know, or even as soon after pregnancy. Sometimes, right? Talk about that spirit, okay? So that spirit will gently start receiving the message, but for the last 4 weeks before birth, then it's really strong. Okay, gonna prayers and say their names, mention the park, and then you're gonna sing some songs, gonna teach you saying, come, come, it's time to born, and now, something like that, okay? All right, very good, let's get ready. And everyone that will do anything negative, they only gonna get their life penalty at the end of the 10 years of the organization, because that's the only way people will stay alive now, because we need a lot of trees, cover these deserts, organize this these counties, clean up. All right, very good. So here it is, some updates for all of us. And let's get ready. We'll see you soon. Have a wonderful and blessed day. All right, everyone. You won't believe. I bought this coconut oil, as I bought before, from the same company. He had big lots, you know. Look, $6. Look at this. It's not coconut oil. Does not taste coconut oil. Doesn't smell like coconut oil. Yeah, my friends, you have to pay attention. Yeah, imagine I bought from the same company quite many times. Along the years, actually. few times I bought it. Because they last for a long time. And then I put outside here because warmer. It's about 80 Fahrenheit here at the porch. And maybe have a little bit of coconut oil, but doesn't smell or taste like coconut oil. Oh well, let's pay attention. But at the store I couldn't see because it's white, so I don't know if they mix and what they mix. It was white at the store, they see on, right? So okay, let's pay attention. and be good.